Thank you for being with us. Bombshell tonight, 6:30 a.m. Police race to a high-end ski resort to find 20-year-old Krista Dittmeyer's Nissan Sentra still running. The door wide open, lights on, hazards flashing. But looking inside, police see the car's not empty. Krista's 14-month-old baby girl left alone, strapped in the back in a car seat. Mommy gone. Just in as we go to air, investigators find traces of blood inside Krista's abandoned Nissan. Straight out to Joe Gomez with KTRH. Joe, blood inside the Nissan Sentra? Where? Where in the car is it?
Nancy, this is a bone-chilling development. Nobody wanted this to be discovered. I mean, right now, a local sheriff says that blood was discovered in the Sentra. We don't know how much blood was discovered or where it was discovered, but this is a local sheriff saying this. Now, key investigators won't confirm or deny reports that indicate that there was blood in the car, but Nancy, if this is the case, this means that poor Krista could be a real danger.
Well, you know, Joe, put him up. Gomez, I can tell you this much. When a young mother leaves her child, her 14-month-old baby, strapped alone in a car seat with the car running and the flashers on, I told you last night she's in trouble. I don't need blood in the car to tell me something is wrong. Now, Gomez, don't get started with me tonight, because last night a male attorney said, oh, I think she had a rendezvous. Word to the wise, a new mom is not having a rendezvous with the baby strapped in the back seat of the car at 6:30 in the morning, all right? That's just a news flash, all right? Something was wrong last night. Something's been wrong 6:30 in the morning. And what's so confusing out to you, Bonnie Drucker, former crime reporter, joining us tonight. Bonnie, what I can't seem to get is a clear timeline. Now, this is a single mom who works as a waitress. She's got a 14-month-old baby. Let's see a shot of the baby, Liz. The baby's in the back seat. What I'm trying to figure out is, did she have to go to work that morning? Where could she have been going? And not only that, this car was found 60 miles away. It suggests to me that she may have been taken and forced to drive to that location. Why would she be out in the car to start with at 6 o'clock in the morning, really 5:30 in the morning at best, unless she was going to work?
Well, that's why police say that it is a possibility that she was abducted. But Nancy, this was a neighborhood. This was a town that she was used to. She grew up about 20 minutes away. She lived in Portland, which was an hour away, but she had friends there. So it was not out of control that she was actually going there to see her friends. She last spoke to her mom at 8 o'clock the night before, and at 6:30, she went missing.
Whoa. Bunny, I was told last night that she spoke to her mother at 10:30 p.m.
8 p.m., we have to clarify.
Well, you know what? That changes things quite a bit, because a lot of time passed between 8 p.m. and 6:30 the next morning. Not only that, we know the ski resort was closed. Ski season was over. It was also next to an exercise gym, but the gym wasn't open yet. We also know that that gym was not one of those 24-hour, 7-day-a-week things where you go in with a pass. This was a gym where you had to go in during certain hours, completely different scenario than many of us had first believed. We also learned during the night, after our show last night, that a pond was drained. A retention pond was drained last night. What do you know about it, Gomez? And don't start up about her having a rendezvous.
Nancy, I'm not mentioning the rendezvous. She's in real danger, by the way. The pond that was drained was located just a few feet away from the car. Right now, investigators say they didn't find any evidence at all in that pond. But they're also being very tight-lipped in general about, any kind of new evidence or new leads that they're following up on, Nancy.
Another issue I've got, Bonnie Drucker, is, let me see a shot of the black Nissan, Liz. It's kind of hard to tell. We had a call about this last night. In this shot, it looks like the front driver's side is crunched in. And I was wondering if, the scenario where someone intentionally bumps into your car or cuts you off, then you have to get out of the car. Ladies, don't get out of the car. I'm just wondering if that scenario took place. But Bonnie Drucker, you're telling me that there is no damage to the car. Are you absolutely sure? Because it looks to me like the front left side has a dent in it.
Well, you know, Nancy, I did speak to Kayla, Krista's sister, today, and she's the one who said, you know, she watched the show last night, and she said there is no damage to that car. Police aren't saying at this point.
All right, I wish I could figure out where the blood was. I mean, there's some innocent explanations for blood, but not very many. Also, they say it appears to be blood. Out to the lines, Phyllis in Florida. Hi, Phyllis.
Hi, Nancy. My comment is, if in fact there was an accident, could she have maybe hit her nose on the steering wheel, and that could have been a cause for blood?
Phyllis, my question exactly. Because we know she's pulled over. We see that there's snow on the ground. Was there ice on the road? Was she out trying to get help and someone took her? Who put on her flashing lights? And another thing, to you, Gomez, do we know if the driver's car seat had been moved back for instance, a male to drive it as opposed to her? I believe she's only 5'2".
Well, that's right, Nancy. And I mean, once again, investigators are not revealing any information. Was the driver's seat moved back a bit? Was she actually driving the vehicle? These are all questions that investigators refuse to field. I mean, they're not revealing any new evidence, any new leads. They've been very stubbornly tight-lipped about this. They're keeping the cards very close to their case, Nancy, and they say it may compromise the case. But you're right to ask that question.
We've also learned overnight that they are saying that they have gotten the phone records and that they have been extremely helpful. I can only assume, out to you, Cheryl McCollum, very quickly, crime analyst, director of the cold case squad at Pine Lake PD, that it's giving them a timeline. Wouldn't you think that's what they mean by the phone records? Question. Been very helpful?
That's been helpful, but also who called her and who she called. Nancy, if she was having trouble with that vehicle, she would have been calling for help. No mother with a 14-month-old child drives to a desolate parking lot 50 miles away for help.
No, they don't, Cheryl McCollum. Another piece of the puzzle, as we have learned, that she was in that area 60 miles away the day before. What does it mean? Maybe nothing. But did someone see her there? Was she meeting somebody there? Did she meet somebody on the internet that turned out to be a predator? We don't know. But what I do know is this mother, according to her family, would never have left that little girl, just 14 months old, alone in the backseat, strapped in a car seat. I'm going to go to Mark Class, president and founder of Class Kids Foundation. Mark, also police are saying tonight that they have no reason to believe she's not alive. What does that say to you?
Well, there's no proof. I mean, that's the thing. There's no proof that she's dead. There's no proof that she's alive. So one has to assume that she's alive. But Nancy, I'd like to point out that in that same region in the Northeast, there have been a couple of similar instances of attractive young women who have disappeared after abandoning their car on the side of the road. The first one was Maura Murray in Haverhill, New Hampshire in 2004, and the other one in Montgomery, Vermont was Brianna Maitland, also in 2004. In both of those instances, the keys were still in the car, the cars were off to the side of the road, and neither of those young girls has ever been found.
3 FBI agents arrived here at the Conway Police Station. Another set of boots on the ground in the frantic search for Krista Dittmeyer.
At 6:30 in the morning, a citizen saw a vehicle with its flashes on.
Cops have reportedly collected physical evidence.
One of those items is Dittmeyer's car.
We don't know if she drove the car or someone else drove the car.
In my opinion, when I look at the car on the side view, it looks like there are, like somebody had punched the driver's side front fender. However, when they show the other view of the car, more from the front, it doesn't look like there's any damage to the car at all. But that's just my opinion.